I'll have to be honest with you. First thing I'm going to mention right up front is it's free. I like the service when it's free because, you know, you can tie up a lot of money in different services, and from experience I found out that sometimes you can pay a lot of money and you may not be getting that much out of it.
Good afternoon and welcome to GrainTV. It's July 18th, 2013. To my left is Logan Burgess and I'm Brock Shimbano. We had a mostly negative day in Chicago. Let's turn over to a fire tip to see how we ended. Old crop corn was up 2.5 cents. New crop down just a penny and a quarter. Soybeans on the old crop down 13 cents. New crop down 17 3/4. Wheat in Chicago off 4.5, and Kansas City was off just a half penny as well. You know, Logan, we had an interesting trade as the night session started, and then we managed a little bit of a rally towards the end of the day session as well.
Yeah, you know, I guess the theme of today kind of seemed like some updated weather outlooks that we got. Things are looking to be cooler and wetter here over the next couple weeks, really. And looking more long-term, we got some numbers from NOAA as well that look for a pretty mild remainder of the summer. So obviously right now the grain market's squarely focused on these weather outlooks. And it seems like today that did weigh on things. As we know, though, tomorrow could bring a different story. But today certainly seemed like the weather outlooks were weighing on things. And I think that's why we saw new crop corn and soybean futures in particular lead to the downside. If we take a look at what happened in the wheat market today, we have seen wheat over the last couple trade sessions be respectively strong compared to corn and soybeans. We didn't see that today, and I think that was a result of the Egyptian tender that we saw yesterday. We saw that sale hit the market here today, and the U.S. did not receive any of those export sales. It only went to Black Sea markets, and really the driver of that is right now those Black Sea markets are pricing wheat about $40 a ton lower than what we're seeing in the U.S. right now. Bottom line, I think we're going to need to see wheat prices move down there until we to get some demand back into this market. You know, Brock, today we did get the export sales report. Can you kind of break that down? Certainly on the new crop, some important numbers there to take note of.
You know, we did hit most of the analyst expectations on wheat. We came in at about 996,000 metric tons. You know, corn on the old crop, 152,000 metric tons. Soybeans, just 110,000 metric tons. Those are all within analyst expectations. I guess the highlight is the corn new crop sales. We came in at almost 1.6 million metric tons there. That was above analyst expectations. But I think a lot of that information was already in the market. We know that China was a big buyer about 10 days ago, and I think that was reflected in today's report. So there wasn't a lot of surprises there, but we did see a little bit of a positive move upwards on the new crop towards the end of the trade session today. You know, soybeans we did see about 591,000 on the new crop as well. If we take a look at where we stand for this marketing year, you can see on wheat we have had a pretty good start to this marketing year. The blue bars are the weekly sales. The red line is the seasonal pace to meet the current USDA projection. You can see that we are beating that seasonal pace set forth by the USDA. On the year we are about 66 million bushels ahead of pace to meet the current USDA projections. For corn, we have been meeting the seasonal pace here over the last couple of weeks, and we continue to run ahead of pace by about 17 million bushels on the corn exports pace. So we are running a little bit ahead on corn and wheat. Soybeans is also a little bit ahead. So positive week for export sales, although most of the information was already in the market, so I don't think it really pushed the market one way or the other today. Yeah,
certainly. We're going to have to keep an eye on export sales here moving forward, but I guess bottom line, like we've been talking about it a lot on the show here recently, weather outlooks are really going to dictate prices, particularly for new crop, as over the next 3 or 4 weeks here. As we know, we're not going to see 50% of this corn crop pollinating until that last week in July, first week in August, so that's really going to be the critical time frame. And right now, it seems like the time of year, you know, these daily updates to the forecast can certainly jostle things around. We'll try to keep you posted on those here on GrainTV and on Twitter in real time. At GrainTV is where you can find us over there. That's kind of what we saw, though, for a Thursday here in the grain market. Thanks a lot for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow for the weekly wrap-up.